So, a dream came true for a man called John Hollis. It turns out he was actually really afraid of catching COVID, but sometime later, 2021, he volunteered for a medical study to try and help people, help other people who might be catching this virus. And they found something very interesting. They tested him and figured out he had probably had the virus at some point, but he didn't even know it. As a response to the virus, his body had developed some super powerful antibodies that could fight off all the known forms of the virus. So that's all the different variants. Better yet, these antibodies he developed never faded in their potency. So they stayed effective in keeping him protected from all forms of the virus for up to 2 years. I guess potentially further into the future. We'll have to wait and see how long it lasts in him. So this inspired scientists. Maybe these super antibodies that he developed could be used in developing new treatments or vaccines or something that might help other COVID sufferers in the future. So maybe his name will become well known for being the superhero of COVID.
The Hollis vaccine.
The Hollis vaccine, you never know.
I mean, the last name kind of lends itself to having some sort of title attached to it, you know, Hollis vaccine, or maybe even Hollis zombie apocalypse, because his antibodies go into people and we all become John Hollis.
We all turn into him, wow. That would be a very John Malkovich type of scenario.
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
Good question.
Anyway.
We should do an article on that movie.
So we should. Yeah, let's have some retro movie articles. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Anyway, something that comes up in the article is that people in the US, and I can say the same for people in Europe, I even visited Dubai quite recently, people are kind of behaving like the pandemic is over. No masks, no restrictions, life goes on.
Not here.
But not here in Korea.
Yeah.
Why do you think we've got these differences?
Oh, wow. I think there's a lot of push, at least I'm just going to speak to America, but this is probably true for Europe as well. There's a lot of push for normalcy. People don't want to be inconvenienced. And people really, really like freedom. That is a staple of the American spirit, and it's no matter what side of the fence you are politically, it is still a staple in American political thought. And so people want to get rid of the mask, and people don't want to be told what to do. I mean, like you were saying, I don't want to be told to not jaywalk. I don't want to be told to not wear a helmet when riding something, or to wear a helmet when riding something. And people don't want to be told to wear a mask and stuff like that. They can be recommended, but they might not follow, or maybe they do. And then there's the social pressure. You know, you can be ridiculed or made fun of if you're one of the last people who are wearing a mask, even though it's, you know, live and let live in general sense, it's not going to be in practical sense. So yeah, got rid of it.
Yeah, I think I get the feeling from the British, you know, but they just couldn't wait to get the mask off. They never seem to get used to it. They can constantly complain, oh, it's uncomfortable, it's sweaty, it's, you know. So,
a British person constantly complaining?
Shock horror, yes. Complaining about something that actually isn't really a big deal. No surprise there. But yes, we never got used to it.
Yeah. And one of my friend's parents, he's British, parents came, and they were shocked that kids were wearing a mask here too. And I was like, they're not in other countries? Wouldn't children be the ones that should wear more masks? Mr. Hollis's super immunity, do you think it actually is going to be a game changer?
I guess I really don't know. I wish I knew more about immunotherapies and how these things are produced. Maybe. I hope so. Wouldn't that be cool if we could all be super immune to all forms of corona and COVID-19? So I really hope so.
Yeah. In the movies, he would.
Yes, that's what makes me doubt it. Like, have we been watching too many movies and we've extrapolated a potentially impossible scenario here because we saw it in a movie?
The cure from one man saves the world. Yeah, exactly. But I'm sure they could find some reason why this is happening. And if they could simulate those same antibodies and maybe encourage them to be grown in our own bodies, maybe. I'm not a scientist, but I have seen a lot of science fiction.
Yes.
So I'm basically an expert.
Yes. I would definitely survive the zombie apocalypse. I've studied.
Also, I would survive space, alien worlds, alien invasions.
Alien invasions.
Yep,
Multiple
exactly.
types.
Robot uprisings.
Yes. Let's take a look at the vocabulary that we met in this section. Some very interesting and appropriate ones for these times. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.
Sans.
Sans.
Sociopath.
Sociopath.
Forestall.
Forestall.
Bout.
Bout.
Wane.
Wane.